guys, it's Mariana and welcome to a new vlog. I'm so sorry that I didn't upload a vlog last week. I really wanted to, but after looking at the final, well, I didn't even make a final project. Just after looking back at the clips, I was like, I don't like this video. Like, I wasn't happy with it. I didn't have any of my extra clips filmed. I didn't really read a lot. Like, I just didn't like the vlog. Like, I'm sure people would have watched it, people would have enjoyed it, but personally I just wasn't happy with the final project, and so I don't want to upload anything that I'm not happy with. I've been reading a bunch of romance, so right now I'm really not currently reading anything. I mean, I'm still reading Oathbringer, but I've actually kind of been not reading that, honestly. um I have a bunch of sci-fi books right here that I'm interested in. So I have two Adrian Trukowski books. This one is about AI. This one is Project Hail Mary. Then I have Shards of Earth, which I've already read. I just want to reread this so I can just continue on with the series. The Howling Dark, which is me continuing on the series. And then Oathbringer down here. And then also I got a bunch of horror books. Not a bunch, but I got a few horror books on my Kobo and Kindle, so I've been wanting to read those. I'm just over the romance. Like, it's not even that they're like really, I'm just getting bored of them, and I'm reading the same books like over and over again. And yeah, some of them are really cute, but they're also just really long. Like, I really like, the fact that a lot of romances are like 500 pages right now, it's just so annoying, because it's like, bro, I don't want to sit here for 400 pages reading this damn book. Like, I started this book last night. I forgot what it was called. It's called Finn Rose Forever, and it's about this couple that, it was about these two friends that were like best friends growing up, and I guess they kind of dated, and then they just broke up like during the college years, and the main girl like hated him for it. And so this book, they end up like, he comes back, he's like, I want you back, and she's like, okay, and he's like, okay, and she's like, yeah, I'm taking him back, but I'm about to make him hate me forever. And it's like, I just don't feel like reading 400 pages of that right now. Like, it sounds really good, but I just don't feel like reading that right now. Like, it just, I'm just so, I didn't read. That's my thing about romance, is once I read one, I gotta read a bunch. And then I've also been trying to read all my Christmas romances before Christmas, but it's like, fuck it, bro. Like, whatever. I, if you saw my last vlog, I did finish my crocheting project. I made a snood, which was inspired by Wednesday, sort of, kind of, like, not really, but this is my snood that I made, and it just goes around like this, and you wrap it, and then you, oh, I put it on backwards, or whatever, it doesn't matter. I just like it a certain way. So hold on. Okay, so it goes around like this, you wrap it, and then but yeah, this is my snood. And then currently I'm crocheting a bag. So this is all I have so far. So I have the bottom, the sides, and then all I have to do is the side, the strap, and the two pockets, and then I'm done. And then I'm gonna start another bag. I just want to make, I have like a whole bunch of bag ideas, and since I've been like not crocheting for a minute, I just want to get those ideas like out. So I didn't crochet all year for real. So since I didn't do that, I just want to finish these. I'm currently rewatching Parks and Rec, which I'm really enjoying, because I used to love that show in high school, and then I just haven't rewatched it since it ended. And I mean, I rewatch a little bit here and there, but I'm like fully rewatching it. I'm already on season 4, which is crazy, but I'm loving it just as much as I did in high school. And Donna is so me. Donna literally raised me. Like, she's so me. But like, all the characters are me. Like Ron and April, like, I love them. Tom, like, literally, I'm a little bit of all of them, I fear. But I think I think I relate to Donna the most, because she reads, and she's funny, and she's always obsessed with like a hot guy. Well, not always obsessed, but like, she loves her a hot guy, and like, it's just so me core. So yeah, and then also later in this vlog, I want to show you guys. I just don't want to show it now because I'm already talking so much, but I want to show you guys. I started a reading journal. I put this sticker on myself, and I put this sticker. It's supposed to be Apple. But I started a reading journal, and this is for obviously next year. And I haven't done a reading journal in a minute because usually when I do a reading journal, I'm doing like Goodreads, a spreadsheet, and a reading journal, and I just can't handle all three. Like I'm a Virgo, but I'm not that much of a Virgo. Like I cannot be putting my reading stats on every single site because I read so much. And also I just felt like I wasn't aesthetic enough, and I wasn't aesthetic as I wanted to be, and I couldn't do all these spreads and all these things. So this is very simple. This is not like a heavily like planned out like super aesthetic type of thing, because I focus so much on aesthetic so much that when it's not a perfect aesthetic that I kind of get frustrated. This is also just not perfect. There is a spread in here. I don't have whiteout anymore because the whiteout that I had dried out. There's a spread in here that I completely fucked up. This one completely fucked up. Don't care. Literally, this is just to put my books. Also, one thing I've always wanted to do is do like a spread or review of my favorite book, but I could never because I don't own a printer, so I can't print pictures out, which is another reason why I don't do like stuff like this, because I wanted a Hobonichi, but a lot of people like make it really aesthetic, and I just don't have a printer, so I was just like, okay, whatever. But I just decided that I'm gonna do like my little reviews. I'm just gonna do reviews of the book, but just not put the book picture in. Like I don't have to have it. Like it doesn't matter. And even if I did have a printer, I wouldn't be writing this shit in there anyway. So it really doesn't matter to me. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys this later because I worked pretty hard on it. Not like super hard because it's like super simple, and I love that. And I just write stuff down and then go on about my day, which is what I need. I also have a. I'm gonna show you later. Anyway, so I'm gonna end this clip, but I am going to hopefully remember to last vlog, when I was supposed to vlog last week, I saw the spider in my room and I completely flipped out and I caught it on camera. So I thought it would be funny if I showed that in the vlog. So hopefully I remember to edit that in. But I'm gonna go. It's honestly early as hell. It's what time is it? It's 9 a.m. It's 9 a.m. I woke up. When you have a cat, you kind of just you sometimes just end up waking up at the ass crack of dawn, and I'm just up. So I might go back to sleep. I might watch a little bit of TV. Might just call it. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I know, like, I might read a little bit, might get on TikTok. Who knows? I might be up. So once I decide that, then I'll figure out what I want to do. Like once I figure out, like, usually if I'm up for like 2 hours, I'm like, all right, I'm just up. Like I'm not going to sleep. Like I'm gonna just read. Or sometimes I'll just read and go to sleep. Sometimes I'll get on TikTok and then go to sleep. We'll see what I do. But I just wanted to film this clip because I was really excited to start this vlog. And I also felt really, I mean, I guess I don't feel that bad because the video that I uploaded, I do upload videos still, so it's like not that serious. But yeah. Lord, why me? Apple! 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 Where'd it go? Apple! Kill it, Apple! Kill it! Apple! Kill it! Apple!
categories more so projects. But our first exactly trip is Everluck. You'll notice that these are pictures, these are fan art. This is not Dr. Pepperson and Jennifer Lawrence. That's because they are a what the hell shirt. But okay. Everlark in the book.
I'm leaving my bonnet on because I have to get ready in about 2 hours because I'm going somewhere. I had the craziest dream last night. I had a dream that somebody stole my camera that I worked hard for. And honestly, the idea of thieves really just irritates me because, well, people who steal from like houses and stuff like that. Like if you steal from like the government, I don't give a shit what you do. But like people who steal from like houses and like people in the community, or also if you steal from rich people, I also don't care. Well, they also worked hard, but I feel like also that's not the point. Okay, we're not gonna get into that. The point is one thing I hate more in this most in this world is people who steal from other people or like everyday people or like people in their like communities or whatever, because it's like I worked hard for the things that I have, and it's not like I can just buy another one, you know? Because if I could just do that, then I wouldn't be like. It's not like I could just buy another one. So if someone were to steal my camera, I'm fucked, and I think that's crazy. Anyways, so um, where do I start? I have a lot to update. So I finished my crochet project. Well, I didn't finish it, but I got pretty far in my crochet project last night. I basically am almost done. I just have to like clean up the stragglers. I have to line. I might not line the inside. I'm not gonna hold you. You should. I probably will, because when you line the inside, you don't have to clean up the stragglers. So I might just line the inside. I mean, you could clean up the stragglers, but I usually just tie them together and then line the inside. So we'll have to see. And then I have to do the pockets, but I started another crochet project last night, and I'm making like a case for my Kindle. I kind of also don't like this. Like, I'm just trying to use up all of my pink yarn at this point, and I don't hate it. I just don't give a fuck anymore. I think I made it a little bit bigger than what I wanted it to be. I really don't know. So I started another project last night, and because I also have to make like, so I have to make 2 stars and then make a square around it, but I also have to do the same thing for my other project. So I was like, oh, okay, what if I start my other project, because I was really excited to do that. And I was like, what if because I wanted a mini project before I get into a bigger project. So I was like, okay, well, what if I just start my mini project, and then once I like need to make like the little squares and stuff, I just make all of them together and sew all in one at the same time. That's one. Two, I got a gift. This is one of my favorite books of the year. And I was not expecting this. Like, my mom came in my room with this package, and I was like, I didn't order anything. And she was like, well, it has your name on it. And I was like, oh my gosh, it's so crazy. So this doesn't have a name on it, but thank you to whoever bought me this. I read this earlier this year, like during February, and it was so nice because I was craving summer so bad, and this was about like a summer vacation, and I had so much fun reading this. The romance was so good, and it was fake dating. And even though fake dating, like, I have my hatred with fake dating, this one was done so well. And like, it was also best friend's brother, which I think that's why it worked, because I mean, not best friend's brother. I was brother's best friend. It's brother's best friend, and I love brother's best friend. It's one of my favorite tropes. I don't know why. It's like literally my top favorite trope is brother's best friend. I don't know why. But yeah. And then lastly, I read like 30% of the book that I'm reading. What's the book that I'm reading? The book that I'm reading is called First Time Caller. The series is called Heartstrings, and I didn't tell you what it was about last night. So this book is about this girl who daughter calls into this radio station, and she's like, my mom is single and she needs a man and I feel bad. And then the mom picks up the phone. She's like, who is this? And the guy answers. She's like, do you know you're talking to a young girl? And he's like, well, yeah, but she called me. She's like, I don't care, you're talking to a young girl, because she doesn't know this man. And then he's like, oh, well, if you give me a minute to explain. She's like, I don't care what any reason you have. And he's like, ma'am, you're on the radio. And she's like, oh. And so the radio station, you know, blah blah blah, is flopping. Ugh. You know, predictable. There, it goes viral. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, we need to get her back on the show. Predictable. The guy is grumpy. Well, I don't know if she's sunshine. I guess she kind of is. I don't really know. But well, the book kind of tells you that he's grumpy low-key, because I kind of just figured him as like a normal guy who just kind of don't give a fuck, but whatever, I guess he's grumpy. And then she's invited to be on the show, and they're kind of doing this like bachelorette type of thing, which I think is so funny, because this reminds me of the Frenemies podcast with Ethan Klein and Trisha Paytas, back when I could stomach Trisha Paytas, because it seemed like she had like rehabilitated herself. Don't ever get tricked by Trisha Paytas, y'all. She will trick y'all. Like, she's a terrible person, and she will trick you into thinking that she is changing and trying to be a good person. No, she is not. She is a grifter, and she's a sick and twisted individual. Also, Ethan Klein, not that great either, but whatever. We're not here to talk about the people. I used to love the Frenemies podcast because I thought they were very funny together. And I was like, oh, okay, maybe there's more to Trisha than like these scandals, because I do try to give people a try. Like, you know, like maybe I don't know what's going on or whatever. Maybe the person changed. Not Trisha. She does whatever she can for attention, bro. But anyways, so basically, Trisha was originally invited on Ethan Klein's podcast because I forgot why, but basically they were doing like this bachelorette type of thing where they were getting a bunch of guys to like date her, and then she ends up dating Ethan Klein's wife's brother, and then they end up getting married and like the bunch of drama that they have, right? So, which I'm surprised, like they're still married and they have kids and stuff, but I'm so surprised. Girl, if you are somebody who's out there and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so single, if Trisha Paytas, the worst person in the world, can find her a man, you can too. Because it's not like, I hate when people are like, they see someone who's unattractive and they're like, they can get a relationship, but I can't. It's not about that. Anybody can get in a relationship. It's the shitty people. If the shitty people can find someone, so can you, girl. Anyways, so they're basically doing like the frenemies type thing where they're playing like a bachelorette, and then she's obviously gonna fall in love with the main guy. I'm trying to figure out why this book is 400 pages. Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I just don't see a point in any situation where a romance book needs to be 400 pages or has or should or is or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Why is it? It's not even that it's bad. I'm just trying to figure out why. So, low-key, already there's a lot of stuff that could have been cut down, but I'm only at 31%, so I'm gonna read to 50%, and then once I hit 50%, I'm gonna crochet until it's time for me to get up and get ready. So I have about 2 hours to do all of that. We're gonna see how far I can get. I kind of want to be able to finish my project, or at least finish like the first, like because I don't even have like the base laid out, so I kind of want to get the base done, so then once I get home I can just finish that up, do the outline, and then do the pockets. I'm trying to figure out how many pockets I can get on there because it's so big and I don't want it to be stuffy, but like, I don't know. This is the yarn for my next project. These are all the colors that are gonna go together, and I hope this looks good together, because I don't know, but we'll have to see. My hair is a mess, my desk a mess, my life is a mess. Okay, so I didn't do an update yesterday. I mean, you wouldn't know that, but I'm telling you, I didn't do an update yesterday because I started my period. And when I start my period, I sleep all day. Okay, so not only did I sleep all day, but I fucked up my sleeping schedule even more fucked up than it already was. I'm now going to bed at 8 a.m. So I woke up today at 3. Okay? So I didn't do any reading yesterday either. Or the night before yesterday. Because I knew I was starting my period. And I was mad that I was starting my period. And then I started my period. And then I was mad that I was starting my period. So I feel like I literally just got my period. Like, I don't understand. So yesterday all I did, well, I did listen to an audiobook yesterday. All I did was lay in bed, listen to my audiobook on my Books Palma, which I'm currently reading. Cascade Failure. I'm like 30% through this. Which, where even am I? Because I was listening to the audiobook. Where am I in this book? Can't really tell you what it's about. It's like a space sci-fi book. They're all on a ship. I'm only 30% in. I really don't have a lot of information for you. But yeah, and I did read a little bit more of First Time Caller. I'm enjoying it. I'm just not in love with it. Probably gonna wrap that up today. And I did finish my crochet project. It came out fucking hideous. I'm gonna show you what it came out looking like. So this is what it came out looking like. You're probably like, Mayana, that's so cute. And it is. And then this is the inside. It did come out really cute, but here's the thing. This is Cricut. And also I realized all of my, or more than one of my devices in here, because it also has a pocket here for my Kobo, This is my Books Palma pocket. This is my Kindle pocket. More than one device in here, this shit is not, it's not suitable for that. It's not suitable for that. So I wasted yarn and time on this. So last night I made one strictly for my Kobo. This is what I made for my Kobo. It's really cute. And I'm going to make one for my Kindle. I'm going to make another book sleeve. And I'm going to make another Kindle sleeve. Because I'm having a lot of fun making sleeves right now. These are my other book sleeves that I have. I have two more. I just don't know where the fuck they are. I have one that's pink, white, and red. And it's so fucking cute. I don't know where it is. I have this one. This was like this one is a matching to my purse that I'm always using, which I do want to make another purse that I use all the time, but this is like to match that one. Like the purse looks exactly like this, and like literally it looks exactly like this one. It's just bigger and it took more time. But I love that purse. Like I love that bag now. And then I have this red tulips one. I also have a pink tulip one. Don't know where she is. So I want to make some more sleeves for my Kindles and stuff like that. So I've also been watching Parks and Rec. I'm almost done with my rewatch, and then once I'm done watching Parks and Rec, I'm gonna start Smallville. So that's my update. I just want to come on here and say something because I don't want to like missing too many days and then having like big updates. But yeah, I really just spent all my time yesterday reading the audiobook and online shopping for what I'm gonna get once I get my like for Christmas, what I'm gonna get myself for Christmas. So probably in my next vlog you'll probably see like what I treated myself to. We're not really doing gift exchanges because I don't really have a job, and my brother just got a job actually, and I'm very proud of him. He got his first job. I did not work in high school. My mom didn't let me, and thank God. And thank God for that. I mean, I think that's also why I have terrible spending habits now, because I never taught myself that like I could never buy myself what I wanted growing up, or like I could never get what I wanted growing up. So now that I can buy myself what I want, I'm always buying myself what I want. I never tell myself no. I spoil myself. The only time I tell myself no is I tell myself wait until. And even that's like I'll be like, okay, wait until you get this check or this check. And then even that. But also I think that if I really, really wanted to crack down on myself, I have no self-discipline. But if I really, really wanted to, I could. Because when I quit my job in 2022, didn't really have any money. And then I quit YouTube right afterwards. So those little YouTube checks I was getting, the YouTube checks I was getting was really nothing. So I was only getting a few books with that. And then after that, the YouTube checks stopped coming, which is why I quit. Because I'm like, fuck, nobody gives a fuck about my videos. So then I quit and I started my new channel. But that took a while for it to start up. So I'm just now starting to like make money from YouTube. And also I'm making more money than what I previously made. Which wasn't that hard because I wasn't making that much money on my other reads, to be honest. But that time from like 2022 until I started making money, and I didn't really start making money until April, if I'm gonna be real. I was getting money like every few months. So I wasn't like from here. So I wasn't making money until April. So from 2022 to 2024, I was not buying things like that. Like I would get money for my birthday and stuff like that, because I really am lucky that like my family gives me money still. Like not even just my mom, but my grandma, my dad, stuff like that. So I'm really lucky that like I get money for my birthday and stuff, for like my uncle. Like I'm really lucky that I get money for like my birthday and Christmas and stuff like that. But I don't really get money like that, so I would just want things and I would try to find a way to get them. Like I would try to like do like a little, I used to do readings on Twitter. I used to do like tarot card readings, so I would try to do like little tarot card readings and save up my money for stuff that I wanted and stuff like that. But if I wanted a big item, there was just no way I could get it, so I just wouldn't even think about it. So I think now that like I have now that I like can do that, I can buy myself big items, which is why like I wanted AirPods for a long time. And I should have got some other headphones. People say that. I personally love my AirPods. People say that AirPods aren't that great. I love them, but it's why I got AirPods, because I had been wanting them for years. And I had my fake AirPods, but like that really wasn't shit. So yeah, I had my AirPods, but that wasn't really doing like, I mean, yeah, like I wanted AirPods, which is why when I bought them, like I wasn't really thinking like, oh, like I should get better headphones. I was like, no, I want AirPods, so I'm gonna get AirPods. That's my spending habits are. But at least I'm not buying like a bunch of books. I mean I really can't, which is why I switched to e-readers. And I'm gonna obviously be reading the books that I own because I own them. I'm just taking a minute. But it's why I switched to like e-readers and stuff like that, so I can read all the books that I want to read, and like utilizing my local library. I'm not using my library for the winter time because I do not like being outside in the dark. Okay, I do not like walking outside by myself in the dark. And when you at my library, when you go and drop the books off, you don't go into the building, you go onto the side of the building. And I'm not going over there to drop off books all winter. Like, sorry. So I'll pick this back up, you know, in March when daylight savings hit. I'll come back to March. I'm going to miss them dearly until then. But I'm not dropping off books at the library. Probably going to wash my hair today and go back to curly because this is just not... I stopped taking care of it. I stopped wrapping it up. And also, like, I just don't like it. Like, it's straight. It's boring. It's just like... I sweat my hair out in the back because I sweat in my sleep and I forgot that. So I sweat, and I also have my fan on, so I didn't even consider it, but I sweat my hair out in the back. So I'm not gonna put more like heat on it. So I'm just gonna go back to curly hair. I'm back and I'm curly with minimal heat damage. Like this side, you can't really tell, it kind of looks like it, but also because this is my first wash day back, it might not even be... I gotta see how this comes out when it's dry. But because it's my first day like washing my hair back, it like usually it takes like a couple washes for your hair to really get back to to like normal. So this is how it looks now, and I'm so happy that I don't have a lot of heat damage. I'm not straightening my hair again until either my birthday, which is in August, or next November. I really don't have a reason to straighten my hair. I don't like straightening my hair in winter, and I don't see a reason. The only time I straighten my hair in the summer is because of my birthday. So I'm super happy and proud of myself. I used a lot of heat protectant. Like I used a lot, like a lot, like a lot, like a lot, like a lot. So we'll see how this turns out. I don't like when my hair is like wet and it's dripping over me. So I'm about to put my I usually put a shirt. I usually put a shirt over my head, so I'm gonna put a shirt back over my head. But I'm back and my hair is a little dry. Also, I made this sandwich. It's literally 3 a.m. and usually I would make a single person cookie, but the flour... Okay, I've been trying to bake. I haven't... First of all, I bake all the time. I just don't show you guys what I bake because I don't like my kitchen. Ideally, I would have like my own perfect house, and I would just be I would literally have a baking segment. I bake almost every day, but I was gonna bake chocolate chip cookies from scratch, and literally everything about the chocolate chip cookies, like every time I go into the kitchen, it's like I need something else. Like we ran out of sugar and I forgot the sugar. I go and get the sugar. We just somehow ran out of eggs. Nobody's been eating the eggs for a minute. Now all of a sudden my brother wants to eat eggs all the time. Ran out of eggs. I go and open the flour. Bugs got into the flour. Oh my god. What? This has never happened before. What? We don't have any baking powder. We are running out of baking soda. So I have to go back to the store and get some stuff to bake. I could have made cinnamon rolls, but I don't know. I really was craving this sandwich. It's a turkey bacon ranch sandwich. This sandwich, Ron Swanson would be proud of me. I think if you watch Parks and Rec, you would get the reference. But typically I would make me like a single person cookie or a mug brownie. Love those. If you ever want any of my recipes, let me know. I also bake all the time and I post it on my Instagram, and so if you ever want like any of my recipes, I can DM you on, I can send me a DM. I can send you something on Instagram. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about my baking because I never talk about it because I never bake in my vlogs, and I realized that and I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys don't even know that I bake almost every day. Usually I have my own like cookies from scratch recipe that I make, but because it takes so much like materials, because it takes so many like things to make it, I'll typically make like the pre-baked cookie. My favorite is the Pillsbury Doughboy. But last month, usually I'll have like I usually bake my cookies from scratch, but because I was making a bunch of pumpkin pies last month, like that was my September and October, I made a bunch of pumpkin pies, and a little bit of November actually because I made some for Thanksgiving. I made a bunch of pumpkin pies, and baked it from scratch. And so I had to get the chocolate chip cookies from scratch because I didn't want to like buy so many like baking materials or baking, well, I don't baking stuff, right? So now I'm getting back into baking cookies from scratch, which I love and I missed so much. It's like a little science experiment. I love baking. It's like science. And I love that like you have to follow everything to a T. And then like once you know what you're doing, you can like add in your own stuff or make your own recipe. And like baking is just so fun and I love it. Um but I haven't read a page. I'm thinking of starting this book. Oh my gosh, I took my case off my Kindle and I removed the stickers. You can kind of see some of the like residue, but I removed the stickers and like these are my favorite stickers that I have and I put them on there and I love this so much. I love the way this looks. Like it's hard to explain, but it just feels and looks so different without a case. But I only got a case because everybody else got a case and like I want to put stickers on it and stuff like that. But then the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I don't really care to have a case. Like I don't need a case. I don't go anywhere. I also have a bunch of slip cases to put my Kindle in. So if I am out in public, I have a bunch of those. Like I really am not a case type of person. I know some people put and need cases on everything. I kind of don't. My Kindle really goes from here to here, like from my desk to my bed, so I kind of don't really need a case. But I am gonna keep my case on my Kobo and my Books Palma because I really love the way that it looked. I took the case off because I wasn't really liking the stickers anymore and I wanted to put like my little glittery stickers on there, so that's why I did that. And I'm gonna keep my case on my Kobo and my Books Palma. And then I put my ring pop on my Books Palma, which I really like because I didn't think that I needed one on this because I don't need one on my cell phone, but when I lay in bed and hold this, it like slips out of my hand a lot. And also I figured out how to turn the pages with the buttons, and so when I turn the buttons, it will like slip out of my hand because of the way that I like lay in bed. Okay, this is my first day here, but like after it dried, this looks like what my hair looks like after I wash it. Like I really liked it. Also my hair, like it gets really poofy for some reason, but this time it didn't. So I don't know if it's because it's my first wash back since I've been curly, or because of like how it dried, or like because I didn't lay down, like I just sat up the entire time because I was crocheting. My hand really hurts. But I did read, I finished First Time Caller last night. I gave it 4 stars. Like it's a good book. I think maybe I'm just like worn out on romances, so that may be the thing. And I'm definitely worn out on 400-page romances. Like I'm sorry, but like I felt like I was just trapped in that book. Like I felt like it was a maze and I was just stuck in the book. Like it just went on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You get my point? You get my point. Like it went on for so long. I was like, oh my gosh. So like, it wasn't bad, but I definitely kept getting taken out of the book because I would be like, how long is this book? Like, why is it so long? I just don't understand why romances are anything over 320 pages. All these authors, you don't need a 400-page romance, okay? Your romance book is not 400-page worthy. And it's also just like, I don't see myself giving a romance book 5 stars unless it's Emily Henry, because I feel like she just writes about real shit. Like I realized that I like women's fiction. Kennedy Ryan. I can see myself giving a Kennedy Ryan book this year 5 stars, but it depends, because I feel like my issue with Before I Let Go was the fact that they didn't really work out their marriage issues. Like they didn't decide to go to therapy because of it. They literally just started having sex again and then decided to like get back together. Like it wasn't like they were like, oh, like let's go back to therapy, let's fix what was broken. It was just like, no, let's ignore all of that shit and get back together. So that was 4.5 stars. But the reason why I like the second book better is just because of like the romance was just so much better to me. Right, but she writes about real shit. Like the second book in that series was really good, and I loved the drama in that book, and just it was about like finding yourself and all this other stuff. And my favorite thing about funny stories is because I'm approaching my 30s, it's about like, you know, how to feel when you're like approaching your 30s and you're no longer like younger in your 20s. And I mean, everybody knows that I literally can't wait to be 30. Like aging is not something that's an issue to me, but still, like I still feel like I connected to the book just by her talking about how she feels about that. So yeah, oh, I also finished Parks and Rec last night. I cried my fucking eyeballs out as I expected. I never watched the last season of my favorite shows. I've already seen the last season of Parks and Rec, but because I didn't rewatch it all the time like I did with other episodes, I literally didn't remember it. And I feel like Parks and Rec had the best TV show series I've seen ending in a minute, and that's including Teen Wolf. Teen Wolf was like my show in high school. I don't really know what my show is now. Like I kind of don't have anything now. Like I don't know. They don't make TV shows like they used to. Do you ever like watch an old TV show and you're like, oh, this TV show would have got canceled in the first? Like, do you ever watch an old TV show that you really liked but it didn't have a lot of viewers and it got like a bunch of seasons and you're just like, yeah, this TV show would have gotten canceled in the first season if it came out today? That's how I feel about the show I'm currently watching, which is called Parenthood. It's me and my mom's favorite TV show, and it's so funny because it stars Lauren Graham from Gilmore Girls, Lorelai Gilmore, and she is playing Bobby Nash's from 911, the TV show, sibling. They're playing siblings with Dax Shepard, who's married to Christian Bale. They're all siblings, and then there's another one. I don't remember what she's from, but she's really pretty, and I used to love her growing up. Because I used to watch the show in high school, so this is a rewatch for me. And her both of Lauren Graham's kids in the show. Her daughter, I forget her name, but she's a really popular actress. She voices a lot of characters. She's in a lot of stuff. She was in like Arrested Development. She was in Perks of Being a Wallflower. She was in my favorite movie, The Duff. She was the main character. And then her son is the guy from he was in 13 Reasons Why. I think that's the only thing he's acted in outside of that, and I think he literally went from Parenthood to 13 Reasons Why. And also Dax Shepard, his girl that he ends up marrying in the show, she was my favorite character in Honey, so I'm automatically like obsessed with her because like I wanted to be her. And her name is Joy Bryant. I was obsessed with her in Honey. I wanted to be her. Like I thought she was so cool and beautiful, and I loved her braids and I loved her like outfits, and she's literally my inspo now. Like I feel like she doesn't have a lot of like scenes, but the scenes that she has, like if you look at her outfits, you're like, oh, I can definitely see the inspo Anna. But I love Parenthood. I really love Dax's character. His name is Crosby, and Joy Bryant's character name is Jasmine. I really love Crosby and Joy Bryant's romance in the show because it's like a one night stand. I don't remember if they were a one night stand or like a really short fling, but it was like a hookup type of situation like 5 years ago. And then she shows up on his doorstep and she's like, this is your son. He wanted to meet you. And it's like she put the kid in his life because he really wanted to meet his father. But and I really like it because he was like a fuck boy, so it was like, it's not, I don't know, I secretly love the accidental pregnancy trope. It just has to be done well. My favorite accidental pregnancy trope, I don't know if this has a name, but it's when the person hides the pregnancy from the other person, so, or hides the baby or keeps the baby away from the other person, and then they like go back to town or go back to where they were, and then the guy is like looking at him and it's like, 5 years ago, you're 5 and I dated your mom 5 years ago. Like, I love that trope. It's so good to me. Like, it always, like, I'm sorry, I would never do that in real, I'm not gonna lie to you, I probably would do that shit in real life. I think it's like, I don't know, if you show no interest in wanting to be a father, like if we're talking and you're like, yeah, I don't want to be a dad, why would I tell you you have a son? But also, I'm not financially stable enough to have a kid, period. So I'm definitely not financially stable enough to have a kid by myself. So I really wouldn't do that. Like in this ideal situation, I'm financially stable enough to have a child. If I was financially stable enough to do that, then hell yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. But I'm not. I'm not. So so yeah, I'm watching Parenthood, and I also just love this show. I love their like, I'm obsessed with houses. I love the way that like houses look. Even when I was watching Parks and Rec, I was like looking at their houses. And like, even though they were like, I love houses. It's my favorite thing. I love a big house. I love how everyone decorates their house differently. I love houses, period. But I love houses in TV shows because I feel like it tells you so much about the character. And like, yeah, I think it tells you so much about the character. Like, obviously their room tells you about them, but I think their house tells you about them as well. Like, Crosby lives on a boathouse. Or he lives on a boat. Like, he lives in his little house, like, on a boat. And it's really cool. And I would, yeah. So, I'm rewatching Parenthood while I crochet. I got stomped last night. So I need to turn this into a granny square, and the video that I was watching, it's like a video where she's typing the words on the screen and showing you, but I need someone that talks and shows me. So this is what I got so far. I did 4 of these because I'm also making another smaller so I'm making a book one and then a reverse version of the Kindle one because I saw it on TikTok and I was like, I love this, I need to remake it. So I just need to figure out how to turn this into a granny square. That's the only thing. And so I'm just making all of them, and then once I figure out how to make it into a granny square, that's what I'm gonna do. So that is my job for today, is to figure out how to get this bitch into a granny square. And then I also started a 25 for 25, so I'm gonna make a template for that because I never done those before, and I'm probably gonna make a video on it. I've never done a 25 for 25 before, and I really want like a goal to stick to because I always hit 50 books at the beginning of the year, and I never read the series that I said I'm gonna read. I never do that shit. But yeah, so I want to do 25 before 25, but so I have that, and I want to do 2 books a month. That's my goal. And then 1 month I am gonna have to do 3, but I'll probably do like January or February because those are slow months and they take forever to me. But I'm gonna attempt to do 2 books a month, and I think 25 for 25 would be 25 for 2025 will be super fun. So that's something that I'm working on. And I'm gonna watch Parenthood, and I kind of either want to watch The Most Wonderful Christmas, which is a Christmas like mystery, like cozy mystery type of book. It's written by Ali Carter, who used to write the I Tell You I Have to, but Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy. That's one of the books, right? She wrote like those books, like the fucking Spy Girl, the Spy School books. I only read Cross My Heart and Hope to Spy, I think. I bought it at school, and that was the only one I read, and I don't even remember it. I kind of want to reread those. I kind of want to do, because like I kind of want to do like I did with my Princess Diaries one. My Princess Diaries one kind of didn't do that well, so I don't want to wait. Like that, like obviously that one did well, but that's one of the videos where I worked super hard on it. Like it took me hours, and days to work on it, and it didn't end well. So like that's one of those videos where I'm like, I really have to think about it. Also, I really want to do a big project in 2025 where I plan out like a big video that I have to watch a bunch of movies and TV shows and read a bunch of books for, and like do a video essay on it that takes a lot of time. And like I know it might flop, but I really want to do something like that, and I just can't think of anything because everything that I'm interested in has been done already. I was like, ugh, what can I do? But that's something that I want to think about as well for 2025. I wanted to span over for a couple of months and just really do my research and all this stuff, like kind of what I did for the Princess Diaries, like how I read all the books and then watched the movies. Like that was really fun, even though it didn't do as amazing as I thought. So I kind of want to do something like that. I'm speaking really fast because my camera's about to die. So, yeah, that's all I have to say because my camera's gonna die. But I will be back tomorrow probably, and we'll see what I have read or started or did. bonnet on because I was originally going to like take my bonnet off and film an intro clip, but I'm FaceTiming Mika. Like, I'm in the comfort of my own room. Like, I know y'all don't care. Like, it's really not that serious. I did finish making my book sleeves last night. So this is my book sleeve, and then this is my Kindle sleeve. But I just feel like this one, it's too big. My iPad almost fell. This one is literally a book sleeve. Like, it's supposed to be a Kindle sleeve, but it just came out too big, and it just didn't come out like the way that I wanted it to. Like, I wanted them to be like mismatched, so I wanted this one to be more white. So I'm just redoing it because I don't care. Like, it's not that serious. Also, this pattern was so fun to do, and I'm just so like used to it now that like it's not that serious. So I'm just gonna redo it. Maybe I'll give this to someone, like, who knows. But yeah, so that's what I'm working on right now. I did start a new book on my Kindle. I finally started The Most Wonderful Time of the most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter. I only read, what chapter am I on? This thing takes so long to start. Did I stop in the middle of a chapter? What the fuck? I'm only on chapter 4. I don't, 9% in. I don't know what page this is because for some reason, like, you know how Kindle just tells you like the location, but it won't tell you like where the location is. Like, it'll tell you the location, but it won't tell you the pages. Yeah, so I just want to do this vlog clip just in case I don't do one for the rest of the day. Today was supposed to be a reading day. Like, I literally woke up and I was like, today's gonna be a reading day. Like, I finished my crochet project. Like, I wasn't gonna start a new one. And even though I'm loving rewatching Parenthood, I'm on season 2. I'm like, I'm in no rush. I don't do anything all day. Like, I don't need to finish it. So I was like, today's just gonna be a reading day. Like, I was just gonna lay in bed and read. But then Mika caught me and I was like, well, I need something to do, because she was telling me this story, and I'm like, well, I need something to do while she tells me this story. And I was like, fuck it. Like, I was filming videos of my crochet projects, and then I was like, you know what, let me just redo this project. Like, it's not gonna take too long. I've already been doing it. Like, I've already fucking mastered it. Like, it really doesn't matter. So I guess today isn't a reading day. And I thought maybe tonight will be, like, maybe I won't read all day. Oh, I woke up at a decent time today, by the way. I went to bed at a decent time for me, which is like 3 a.m. But I was just like really tired, and my sleeping schedule was like really, really bad, and I don't like it like that. So I'm gonna get my sleeping schedule back to normal, which for me is like 5 a.m. But like before the sun comes up, as long as I sleep before the sun comes up, I personally don't give a fuck. And I usually wake up around 12 anyways. So I was like, let me just work on getting my sleeping schedule like back, because I don't like being up until 11. Like, it wasn't fun. And maybe I, like, if I did a 24-hour readathon, like, yeah, which I do want to do one. But yeah, that is my update for today. I feel like this vlog is going to be so boring, but I didn't vlog last week, and I missed last week. Like, I wanted to upload, but I was just like, whatever. And the video that I uploaded today, uploaded this week, didn't do like as amazing as I thought it was gonna do. Like, I thought I was just gonna, I don't know why I thought I was just gonna like blow it out the water or whatever. It's not doing bad, it just didn't do as great as I thought. So I was like, okay, fuck it. Like, I'm just gonna upload a vlog this week. And yeah. Did I mess something up? I feel like I messed something up here. Anyways, this is what I'm working on. And I'm watching a vlog on my phone because I'm waiting for Mika to call back on my iPad. So this is my 4-day hair, and I love it. I love how big it is. I feel like the curls still look defined. Like, who would have thought that all you need is just to straighten your hair every once in a while. Every once in a while, not all the time. I'm not straightening my hair again until either my birthday next year or November, December next year. November or December, not both. But I learned my lesson from 2022 when I got heat damage to just straighten my hair every few months. Like, I don't need to straighten. Also, what I learned, I hadn't straightened my hair in a year. So what I learned in that year that I hadn't straightened my hair is that I don't need to straighten my hair. I can just throw a wig on. And I find my straight hair actually quite boring because it's not like as long as, like, I want it to be like, it's fine, so it's a good length, like I don't hate it or anything. It's just like not that long. Like I've had that length before. It's not longer than what it's ever been. Like it's not the longest it's ever been, basically is what I'm saying. So I don't really care to keep it straight, but also it just looks so like boneless, and I love the way my curls look. So I figure my goal for 2025 is just to focus on my curly hair, like this curly hair, and to just get it in ways that like I feel comfortable with, in ways that I like. And I love that I found a good method of wrapping my hair, like putting a scarf on it and putting a bonnet on it to keep it down. And I don't know, I just feel really happy that I for once really love my hair. But I crocheted this yesterday. This is a Kindle size one because I had this one, and this ended up being the size of a book because of like how I did it. So I ended up making this one, which is Kindle size, which I love. So these are all of my e-reader crochet things that I have, or book crochet things. I was gonna make a TikTok today, but it's 5 p.m. I woke up, I slept for 10 hours. We'll get into why later. Okay, so I have my Kindle bag, my paperback bag, another paperback one, a paperback one that I made last year. Ouch. Another paperback one that I made last year, which I'm thinking of remaking this one for hardcover because I have so many paperback ones. So I'm thinking of remaking this one for a hardcover, or making, I love the tulip stitch, is my favorite stitch, or making the tulip stitch, but making the tulip stitch, but I also want to make a desk mat. So I can't really decide. And then this one is also for Kindle, and this one is for a Kobo. So love that. So next, I think I'm gonna start the 6-day starter blanket. I'm not gonna finish in the 6 days. I know that. I did start to make a poncho, but I don't like the colors that I chose, and I don't have a lot of colors left, and I just have white. I just don't have a lot of colors left, and I want to start I want to start the blanket because I really like the colors that I have, and I just really want to start it because I really want a blanket. Like I'm always making, I've never made a poncho before, but I've made clothes before. I've never made a sweater, but I have made clothes before, and I've never made a blanket, like period. So that's something that I want to do. So that's when I'm going to start next. And I decided that I want my vlogs, like while I'm in my crocheting era, I want my vlogs to be crocheting and reading. Because earlier I was thinking about it and I'm like, bro, all of my clips are just me crocheting. I don't even have any reading clips in here. But I mean, I don't really film my bed like that. So one day when I get like my dream bed, I'll be able to like just vlog how I like lay in bed and read. But that's not today, so that's fine. But yeah, so while I was crocheting yesterday, me and Mika were on FaceTime all day. And usually when we're on FaceTime all day, like she has other stuff to do. So she had like a meeting to go to yesterday, and she has like a bunch of people to call. So usually we'll like FaceTime on our iPads and then do everything else on our phone or our laptops and stuff like that. So while we were on FaceTime, I was crocheting and reading. So I was listening to my audiobook for Cascade Failure. And once we started talking again and stuff like that, I obviously put it down. So I only got 50% through this, and I actually really like it. Like at first I was just like, it's okay, but there's this scene where they had just got done with like this big like mission, and they were all like dancing and celebrating together. And I don't think I explained what this book is about because I kind of don't know how to. I mean, it's a typical like space sci-fi. It's these ragtag team of people who are put together to go on this mission, and their captain or commander is AI. And so it's really interesting because I kind of have like my gripes with AI, but I think this is really a good idea. And there was this really, it's crazy because I don't really fuck with AI, but like some of my favorite sci-fi books are about AI who's like somehow become human, i.e. Murderbot, or just AI in general. Like I have another book for Surface Model that I've been wanting to read for a minute that's also about AI. So I just think that's very funny. But I'm liking this. There's a scene where they all just like completed something and they're celebrating and they're dancing together, and you get the AI's perspective, and he's happy for them, but he's really sad that he can't dance and that like he's not human, and he just has to sit there and watch them have fun. And it's like they're a found family, and it was It was so sad, you guys. Like, it was so sad. Like, I was like, wow, this book is really good. So there's a sequel, which I already got on my Kindle. I mean, which I already got on my Libby. So I will be reading the sequel right after I finish this. And then I'm also reading another series at the same time, and it is The Duff. I do have the book, actually. I do have the book. Let me go get it. I was like, I don't want to insert pictures of the book here. You know how I can escape that? I own the book. Okay, so I read The Duff last night. This was one of my favorite books in high school. I used to own a paperback copy, but I got rid of it for this hardcover. And me and Mika were, because I rewatched the movie on my DVD player because I've been slowly rewatching some of my favorite movies that I have on DVD in my DVD player, because I'm just loving the vibes of it. And I cannot watch any movies that are like too I'm gonna try out Twilight today because I want to see, like, because I watched the Batman on it and it was just so dark I couldn't see shit. So I might save that DVD for something else, but I'm trying to see like how dark is too dark, and if it's like how I'm sitting, or is it just how like movies are being made right now, or is it just the Batman, because the Batman is a really dark movie. I really want to rewatch the Batman again. It's such a good movie, you guys. I'm really obsessed with it. I cannot wait. Oh my gosh, Superman, that just got like its promo and I'm super excited for that. He's so cute and nerdy and pathetic. Like, I love you, Clark Kent. Like, please. Anyways, I'm about to go into my DC era, aren't I? Because I'm really wanting to watch The Adventures of Superman because it's been on my list of shows to watch. So anyways, let me get back into this book. I'm so sorry. So I started rewatching The Duff, and I was on the phone with Mika. I was rewatching on my DVD player, so we weren't rewatching it together, but like we got to work because I was telling her the scenes and we would like laugh at the scenes or whatever because we both know that movie like the back of our hand. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna reread the book because she was talking to me about the book. And I read the second book in the sequel called Shut Out, but I didn't realize it was a sequel. Like, I didn't realize they were in the same series. And we were talking, and I was like, oh, I think that the main couple in this book, which is Bianca and Wesley, I think that they would like break up briefly in college and then get back together afterwards, just because that just seems like the kind of person that Bianca is. And Mika was like, in Shut Out they did break up, and I was like, I don't remember that. And then I realized I don't remember Shut Out at all. I really only remember the beginning of the book. So I decided that I'm just gonna reread it. And then I realized that like there's some other books in the series, so I'm just gonna read that. So I did reread The Duff, which, funny story about how I would have never found this book on my own. So I used to read fan fiction. I used to read Justin Bieber fan fiction, and one thing in fan fiction that people would do is they would take popular books, published books like The Duff, and they would pirate it. Basically, they would copy everything and they would change the name. So instead of it being Wesley Rush, it was Justin Bieber. And I thought that I was reading an original story until I got to the end and they were like, hey, this is actually a published book by this author. And I had loved the book so much, I was like, I'm gonna actually read this. So then I read it and it became my favorite thing ever. And then the movie came out, and it's, even though it's completely different, it's also still, I love the changes that they made. It's still also my favorite thing ever. So I reread it, and I hadn't reread this since 2022, and I should have reread this copy because I could have annotated, because I have my paperback copy that was annotated, but I didn't think about that. Being able to reread on my Kindle was so nice, because sometimes I want to reread my favorite books, but I don't want to, like, I feel like if I have a hard copy, I have to annotate it, and sometimes I don't want to do that. So this was really nice rereading The Duff. It does, I gave it 5 stars. It doesn't deserve it. It doesn't deserve the 5 stars, y'all. Like, the book, like, there are some scenes in this book that like doesn't really make sense with the main character. Like, you can just tell that the author was trying to just think of like what teenage angst would be, and it was just some things like what this character would do or say that just wouldn't make sense. And sometimes Wesley Rush was really an asshole. I feel like movie Wesley Rush is really relatable to Peter Kavinsky. Like, I feel like they're kind of the same person. Wesley's just a little bit stupider, or sluttier. But yeah, I just love this story. I love the meaning of the story is that, like, it's not the word, like, I think this story has like its problematic qualms, yeah, but at the same time I think that a lot of people hear what the book is about and they're like, this is problematic, and they haven't read it for themselves, because the point of the book isn't that anyone is ugly or fat or whatever. It's not about that. It's that there's always going to be someone more beautiful than you. There's always going to be someone more, I mean, the movie literally says it. It's always going to be someone more talented than you, always someone more richer than you, always something more than you. It does not make you better than anyone else just because you happen to be that person in your group of friends or your school or whatever. Everyone is the Duff to someone, And it's not about beauty or how you look on the outside. It's about what you have to offer on the inside. And even though the main character has such a stick up her ass and she's so anti-love, I feel like it makes more sense in the book because there's a reason why she's like that, and I like that they gave her a reason versus her just being bitter. And they even call her out for being bitter in the book. And even like there's some problematic, she's in her mind, she calls people like sluts and stuff like that. And there's one point where she goes, oh my god, this person doesn't deserve this, like I don't know why I'm treating them like this. And it's actually twice that she kind of does this, and she realizes that like that's not a good way of thinking. And I don't know, I really love this book. I think it's good. Sorry, it doesn't deserve the 5 stars, but it still holds a place in my heart because I read it in high school. So the next book I'm gonna read in the series is Shut Out, and I read that in high school. My sister actually owns a copy, but I don't feel like going down. I don't feel like going to her room to get it. So Shut Out is, if I can remember correctly, it's about this girl who her boyfriend, I think her boyfriend cheats on her or something, and she ends up dating his rival on another team or something of the sort, like something like that. I don't recall very much, but that's gonna be my next ebook read. So I had a lot of fun reading the Duff, and yeah, I think that's it for this vlog. Next vlog I'm gonna be more prepared because I had the idea of like making this like a crochet and reading vlog like really late, like literally last night, even though I already have my crochet and stuff clips. I didn't think about it until last night. So next week I'm gonna focus more on like crocheting, and I'm gonna even try to read in my vlogs. But I mean, I know you guys, that's not what y'all here for. Like, y'all just here to listen to me talk. Like, it doesn't matter, but it's just something like I loved my last vlog that I did. Like, I loved that vlog so much. I think that I edited it really good. I love how I edited it. I love the vibes of it, and I really want to find a way to do my vlogs where even when I don't go anywhere at all, or even if I'm like, I don't want to be doing the same things over and over, like always making hot chocolate, always doing this, always doing that. So I need to find like a way to like make my angles really interesting for when I'm doing stuff. And I do want to, I might even say fuck it and just film stuff from me reading in my bed and stuff like that. Like, I don't hate my bed, and I'm very lucky to have a bed. Ugh. Every vlog, every vlog, every vlog, every vlog, every vlog. But yeah, I'm gonna end this vlog here because you know, I start my vlogs on Saturdays for some weird stupid reason. But yeah, so I'm gonna spend the rest of my day, maybe I'll read, maybe I won't. Okay, I'll definitely be reading, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. Am I gonna watch the Superman? This clip is going on forever. This is gonna be, so I have to edit. Actually, I'm not gonna get any reading done because I usually edit throughout the week. I did not edit anything throughout the week, so I have a lot to edit. So goodbye.